games on the overlay, and this is game 1 of the Foam Cup. Whoa, okay, haven't got window capture on. That'd help if we had a Hearthstone on the stream. But yeah, this is game 1 of the Foam Cup, guys. But we're in round 2, so if you didn't catch the bracket before, and it looks like we're going to a game, but what's going on here, Taipan? You're spectating Darkhorse, I'm on HyperTragic.
Well, mine's still loading. I'll grab a look at their mulligans when I join in.
Killer.
What sort of mage do you reckon Darkhorse has?
I think Mech's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, Paladin Mirror, straight up.
I was just watching Sean's game that he was cutting before, and Twizzler was using a freeze mage.
Hi, we have seen a bit of freeze mage as well, but it does look like we're going to see in the enemy Paladin's hand Consecration, and Follow the Rules, while in the HyperTragic's hand we do see an Acolyte of Pain, which is something that people have been playing around with the Paladin in the same way they've been playing around with it in our Warrior. So I look forward to seeing this deck, and we'll get in a game. So this is game 1.
I'll just quit for a sec because my friends list is glitched and I can't see the other player's hand. So yeah. I'll just reset.
No drama. I'll just cast without you.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's just flip the other player's hand. So again, we do see Darkhorse has chosen not to mulligan anything, whereas Hyper's gone for a bit more of an aggressive mulligan. It looks like both, judging by the Knife Jugglers and the Must for Battle just came in hand, and the Quartermaster in Darkhorse's hand, they're both playing that combo. It is a really strong combo, and I think there's almost a case here to coin Knife Juggler. Taipan, turn 1,
yeah.
Coin Knife Juggler's Paladin. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's a really strong play. I would definitely do that, unless he had like a shielded mini bot, maybe just wait and keep the coin for a more expensive turn.
Okay.
Yeah, and then because you have to wait a turn before you can muster if you got the Knife Juggler out too early. So.
Alright, just adjusting the cool. There we go, guys. Just getting that opponent's cards up. And it looks like we do see. So we do see a Sludge Belcher come into hand, and so I think you're correct in that they're both kind of playing a control variant. We did see HyperTragic not go for the Coin Knife Juggler, which does set up a pretty strong. Either way, well, depending whenever you get it out, it does set up a strong Muster for Battle turn. But of course, Darkhorse does have the perfect answer for that with his 2 Consecrations in hand, and I don't think you feel too bad about consecrating a Muster, a Knife Juggler. That is going to put 5 damage onto Darkhorse's face though from Hyper if he gets that off. But we'll see what they're going to do.
Let me think.
Another player Paladin can make is by holding onto the coin, they go Muster for Battle turn 3, and then on turn 4 they can coin the Quartermaster.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold on to it.
That's very true. Now, so we do see him choose to Aldor Peacekeeper here. I mean, I guess without knowing the enemy Paladin's deck, I would save that. I usually save that, but it does look like he's instead going for a bit more of a tempo play. He's gonna. Sorry, go on.
I missed the start of Darkhorse's mulligan, but did he choose to keep one of the Consecrates, or did he throw both of them?
He chose to get both of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have gotten rid of one of them, or both of them.
So let's say for instance here, do you attack in with a Knife Juggler, kind of preempting the Consecration?
Yeah, to remove it.
That's all we have seen Hyper do. So now that we don't have the Knife Juggler in hand, would you then consecrate?
He was hoping for a better RNG Knife Juggle with one of those 3 Silverhand recruits. He could have killed the Eldor without having to use his Knife Juggler.
Yeah.
But you have to consecrate here because he can just coin out the Quartermaster. So I think that was a very bad misplay. Fortunately for Darkhorse, he doesn't have the Quartermaster, but if he did, he'll get punished so hard for it.
Seconds, guys. Cool.
And Hyper really wished he had the Quartermaster in his hand, so he could coin Quartermaster.
Yeah, definitely. Although we do see a Harrison Jones play come out, so
Yeah.
This is where sometimes there isn't a case for Acolyte of Pain, particularly if you are playing Harrison Jones and Lay on Hands. Can often be a bit overkill. In the past, Paladin was seen as kind of a class like Priest that would go to Fatigue a lot. I don't know, particularly now that they've kind of found their niche in totally dominating the board with the Quartermaster play. Okay, we'll see how it plays out here. I think maybe the Owl's terrible, but do you Knife Juggler here, or are we just going to Equality to clear the Harrison? That also feels bad though. You could Consecrate. Like, which is the lesser? Do you want to lose your Knife Juggler potentially to a Consecrate, or are you using your own Consecrate to save some minion? What's your best line of play here? Or is
I think my game's frozen again because it wasn't, one of the players wasn't ending their turn, so I'm just rejoining.
Alright, no rush. But we do see him choose to play the Knife Juggler here, so hopefully, maybe hoping to get the knife onto the Harrison. I still think there might have been a case to Equality here. Just knowing that it's going to set you up for a bit better board with things like Kel'Thuzad. I'm supposing that if you... Okay, Taipan. You have Tyrion, Sneeds, and Kel'Thuzad in hand. Which one are you looking to play first here?
You'd want to get Tyrion on the board first, and then hope, cross your fingers and hope it stays alive, so you can play Kel'Thuzad on the next turn and it re-summons it, so you can make a trade and get the Ashbringer. And also, when you're playing against a Paladin, you normally want to hold on to Harrison Jones for the Ashbringer from Tyrion.
Yeah,
because that's the strongest weapon that a Paladin has.
Yeah.
So
if you for those at home who are watching, we are having the wonderful effect of consecrations where they slowly shift the board up. So I will be periodically making sure you guys can see what the end cards are. We do have the Black Knight just coming to hand for Darkhorse, and he's had still got one consecration. But he does have a Lay on Hands in the middle of that junk as well. But now coming into turn 7, so you're gonna coin Kel'Thuzad, and then Sneeds Tyrion, as I understand.
I would coin Tyrion, and then Kel'Thuzad.
Well, no, I'm just thinking in terms of like things you want silenced, and things that get you the most tempo. I think there's a case for Sneeds. Although a silenced Kel'Thuzad is, in some ways, the preferable out of all those three. Oh wow!
It's just
wow! Wait! If he gets Tyrion down here, oh no, he's still got the Black Knight. But imagine if we're seeing against a class like Priest, and then out of a Shredder comes the Spell Stopper into Tyrion, Divine Shield, 6/6 taunt, and now invulnerable to spells. Holy!
So it's immune to Shadow Word Madness and the Fireball as well.
That's nuts. That's wow.
Yeah, we can see the correct play here would be actually Sneed's old Shredder, because the Darkhorse has a Black Knight. Or how scared am I of playing
Taipan, there's a
silence?
just having a slight issue with your mic. Sorry, man. I muted you for a little bit just while it went away. But do you want to talk? Just talk for me.
Yeah, I was just saying. I was just talking about which turn 8 play would be the correct one. Just looking at the different options he had there.
Yeah, definitely. I really think that Spell Stopper kind of has thrown something in the mix here. Again, we're having a bit of an issue. Have you got headphones in? Because I'm getting a bit of feedback, I think.
No, I don't have headphones. I just got a normal mic.
It shouldn't be an issue with this game, but yeah, we are gonna see. You may want to grab those. So we do see him choose to silence the Shredder. This is something I do as well. Looking at in this case, I've been actually prone to silence even the 4/3s, just particularly early when the last thing you want to see is board. Oh my god. I don't know what it looks like for you, Taipan, but man, the cards have shifted for me.
Yeah, that happens from time to time.
I'm talking like we're looking at it's almost like the owl isn't touching the bottom of Hearthstone for me. Anyway, this is a pretty good this is a pretty good consecrate Kern. Maybe even consecrate Ironbeak, or consecrate Aldor possibly. I'm not sure. I really think this is going to be a Consecrate turn rather than a Sneed's turn. 'Cause you don't really want to see an Ironbeak and a Trog trade in your Sneeds. Although we could see him Tyrion. I don't know. It depends how much he wants the Ashbringer. He has seen the Harrison Jones come out of Darkhorse, so I think we're going to see Consecration, but I have no idea. I would play Consecration in this case.
Are we still on? Is it Hyper's turn?
Yeah. He's taking a little while.
Okay.
Go.
Because I'm having a few problems keeping up with spectating because it just keeps moving.
Let's go. We can wait. We can wait a bit in between the games. You can do a reboot, but no issue. So it looks like we got to see him go Sylvanas Windrunner. Yeah, maybe. Sylvanas.
I would just go with the Sneeds, just YOLO Sneeds.
I have no time for games.
Yeah, Taipan, you are going to need to grab a pair of headphones for this game because there is definite feedback coming out.
Okay, yeah.
All good. But yeah, it's not too unbearable, guys. I'll turn you down just a titch in the mixer. So we do see him choose to play the Sylvanas. I don't know whether I agree with that because like now it's just you take 4 damage to face and then maybe get a Divine Shield, dude, which doesn't really deal with board other than getting rid of the Trog. And it lets him establish any number of terrible things he has in his hand. For instance, we just see him like lay on hands here. Oh, no, he probably won't. He might want to lay on hands for the muster combo, or he could just Aldor himself and then totally ignore. Well, he still wouldn't be ignoring, but
I would trade the Trog into Sylvanas and just see which one it steals, and hopefully it steals the Owl. And then I would use the mini bot into the Owl.
Although we're saying all this, and we do see him instead choose to play take Hyper down to 8 health. You know, Paladins aren't known for reach unless he somehow gets a Arcanine out of a Shredder. But
yeah, that'd be so funny. Like Soul Priest for 8 damage.
Yeah.
To the
Pyroblast, draw 3 cards. It's pretty nice. But if we didn't see him choose to a quality Consecrate this turn, he surely has to do it. No, last turn, he surely has to do it this turn. I don't think facing lethal. I don't think there's a better play.
Yeah, he has to. I'm just trying to see, is there any way for him to steal something that's good?
Well, he can silence a quality Consecrate, which at least. Okay, no, for quality first. No. I don't know. I guess, yeah, with this, he's at least guaranteeing he's not going to get a slime.
Now he can concentrate and then get rid of the shielded mini bot.
Although, you know, if you're on 8 health, like, a slime's not a bad thing. There's not usually much rush in a Paladin deck, but it'd save you from, say, a True Silver, which we do see him draw immediately. Boom! I have the gift. So yeah, we're probably just going to see Darkhorse maybe establish a True Silver. There might even be a case to Black Knight, but he's probably going to hold it. Maybe even just Quartermaster out of hand.
I would play lay on hands now because you want more cards in your hand.
I'm just
and
thinking.
You're getting.
Yep.
Yeah. You're still getting the heal and refilling the hand, and you can still play a Silverhand Recruit to get rid of one of to trade with the other minions.
I was just thinking in terms of like without seeing what HyperTragic has, you may want to have like a threat on board to force him to do a similar play. Like you'd rather see him lay on hands rather than there's no threat. I'm just gonna do this, you know, and then we'll see something ridiculous like a Tyrion into I don't know, a Recombobulator or something.
Playing a Black Knight on nothing is worse than playing lay on hands.
Well,
you can hold on to it for the value when he plays like another Sludge Belcher, or now he has no response to Tyrion.
Well, but no, it forces the enemy Paladin to consider that Darkhorse may have lethal no matter which way he does it. Because, I mean, all it takes is silence. Any number of things can produce lethal for the Paladin at this stage. So, we can see even a rag. A rag can end the game. I don't know. It's greedy, definitely, but I understand it versus lay on hands. But, of course, you know, HyperTragic has drawn in the anti-heal bot. But again, if he didn't, think of it this way, if Darkhorse didn't make the play he made, there would be no reason for HyperTragic to think he needs to establish the Tyrion or the anti-heal bot, and it would just pass back to Darkhorse with the Sneeds on board.
And also on the other way of looking at it is if you play nothing, it's baiting out his Tyrion or something else where you can, like if you had the response to it, it's like baiting out a card so you can respond to it, because he would still have 3 extra cards in his hand on the next turn.
I see. I think
it could be an Eldor, it could be a quality, it could be a silent, it could be anything. It's still random, but
yeah,
he would have those more options.
Definitely. I mean, this way, like you can think of it in terms of like the Black Knight getting sick value on Tyrion, but I mean, you're still scared. Like giving the enemy Paladin a way to do 15 damage to your face, that's terrifying. But we do see him now draw into his own Tyrion, so I imagine he's just gonna slam jam that. It's just guys.
And this is the problem with running double Quartermaster, because when you draw both into your hand, the other one's just a dead card.
Yeah.
And you have to wait an extra turn to use it. So that's why most people just run one of them.
I mean, there's a call for consistency, particularly when you're playing doubles in a format unlike Magic, where you can play 4 or something, and it's like, I'm only going to play like 3 different minions. With Hearthstone, yeah, a big part of what makes good decks good is just being able to run consistently, and that's why we've seen things like tracking. But we do see in Hyper's hand a really good answer for Tyrion, because he cannot afford to give the enemy player a 5/5 weapon. But again, this is a 6/6, and if he's not looking to, get rid of the other 1/1, he can ping this off pretty easy with his own Tyrion. I mean, are we gonna see the Lay on Hands come out? Yeah, okay. I would have thought maybe it's time to start using your Quartermasters, because just judging by how these Quartermasters haven't done you any work, you'd prefer to have like a 2/5 and then a 3/3 then, and maybe drawing muster in the next, what do we got, 10 cards and 14 cards. So we'll see how it plays out. It does seem like the HyperTragic is kind of running out of steam. If Darkhorse was lucky enough to draw in really good answers for this Tyrion, or he held on to his Black Knight, or Butterfly Effect and all that, we could have maybe seen him just totally run out of cards, and then I don't even know whether he's playing Lay on Hands, so we'll see how it goes. But it looks like we're going to see some pretty easy trades here. The Divine Shield of Tyrion, getting rid of the enemy, Divine Shield. And plus doing 3 damage to face. And a Sneeds. That's scary. That is scary. See, I Taipan. I play my Paladin totally differently. It's a bit more like maybe HyperTragics, but I don't play Muster Quartermaster. So I've been playing around with like the Guardian of Kings. Do we still see Muster Quartermaster Paladins play Guardian of Kings at all? Do you think that's what we're going to see come out from a Hyper?
Some of them do. Yeah, some of them do run one Guardian of Kings, but it's starting to get cut out more and more. It's getting replaced by Dr. Boom.
Dr. Boom.
So some people will choose to remove it and add in the Boom.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't have a Dr. Boom. I have a Trogzor. I have a Trogzor though, so that makes me. That's equally as good, So don't go ragging on my lack of Dr. Boom. Don't be like that. Don't play me like that, Taipan. I'm not self-conscious about it. Okay, so we're probably gonna see Darkhorse, maybe Shredder, True Silver. But again, he might want a Sludge Belcher, or he still can Quartermaster. Like,
I'm still on Hyper's turn. So has he ended?
Yeah, he has.
Okay, yeah, it's frozen again.
Alright. Well, it's he basically played the Sneeds, but coming into Darkhorse's turn, he has chosen to play the Sludge Belcher. He would have loved those juggles. We do see the Lotheb coming to hand for HyperTragic. I don't think you're scared of any spells. in Darkhorse's deck. Maybe another Lay on Hands, but it's one of the things about Lay on Hands. Like late game, when if you just doing Lay on Hands when he's got 14 damage on board, it's not good. It's not what we want to see from Paladins. So I can't imagine he'll be playing Lothar here. Most likely Sludge Belcher into Dude, holding onto the Aldor for something. There's a point to each.
It's perfectly fine to play a Lay on Hands if you have no board and they have like 2 or 3 minions, because maybe you can draw into that combo with the Equality or the Consecrate, the one that you don't have.
Alright, just particularly these 2 minions are like Sneeds, you're gonna get Legendary, and then Tyrion, you get arguably the best weapon in the game. I'm not looking to draw any answers or just heal out of that. I'm looking to get bored and make him just kind of round down and then hopefully just outpace him, which could still happen. Like, we were talking about HyperTragic getting down to 4 health before, but if he's got his own Trill Silvers and then maybe his own Lay on Hands or another into Keybot, he's gonna bob pretty comfortably back up to 30 at some stage. So we can look at
it started off really strong for Darkhorse, but Hyper is kind of stabilized a little bit.
I'd call it that. Okay. Just for the record, Taipan, let's call stabilization. I have a Tyrion, Lothar, and Sneeds on Shredder on board.
Yeah.
We'll set the benchmark at that, and then anybody else you haven't stabilized. Think that's a stabilized? No. So now's kind of the time when we're seeing the clock start ticking for Darkhorse. It's really how defining is this Sneeds legendary going to be? Do you think?
Huge. Depending on if it brings out a dragon or like Ragnaros or Kel'Thuzad or some random high cost epic legend, then it's just going to be pretty much game over for Darkhorse. And he's 1 turn away.
Yeah, that is true. Although we do see a pretty handy taunt in Darkhorse's hand. So what sort of, if let's say next turn we do see an Equality or something come out, or Cold Light Oracle, I don't know. But what's the worst legendary for Hyper though? The Malagos is good. Ysera is good. Pretty much anything 8/8's alright, but
a King Muckler.
Well, no, but remember that battle cries don't activate. So I'm talking in terms of like shows and things.
Yeah, well, any minion that has a battle cry would be the worst type of legend for him to get.
What about the beast?
That,
You could
Move quickly.
he could get like the beast out of this, and then he'd be able to taunt up whatever comes out of the shredder, and then whatever comes out of the 3/3 gets up the beast. That'd be pretty bad. Or Baron Geddon, although that would be kind of scary. But still, if you got your own taunts up against a Baron Geddon, you could wipe his own board. I don't know. We'll see.
He can play the defender on the piloted shredder and go trade, and then the Silverhand recruit into the 1/2 taunt.
I might want to look to hold on my taunts, so I'd probably trade the shredder in before I played.
He's gonna die anyway by holding on to it.
But see, if he holds the defender until after it gets a turn 2/3, and then goes to taunt his next shredder, then it still does the same thing in terms of you get 2 taunts guaranteed, and you've dealt with the Sludge Belcher.
But he's dead on the next turn anyway without using it.
But I don't know. He's only dead on the next turn if we
He
don't see
can't
Doom.
clear the full board, and the other guy Hyper still has his weapon. So yeah.
Oh wow! No, wait. We didn't think about the Quartermaster play.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
That's go us. Okay, do it. Deliver the Sneeds. No, do the Sneeds. The Sneeds. Sneeds.
He's dead anyway, even if he killed the Sneeds.
No, he's not. He's got 2 taunts up, and he's got 7 health.
You mean hit the Sneeds with the weapon?
No. Hit the Sneeds with the other little.
Yeah, but then he'd only have 1 taunt.
Yeah, but he's got 7 health. We've got to remember the Trucia would heal him. So unless we saw a Consecration come out from Hyper, he'd still be alive.
He would have to get one of the worst legend cards to not win the game this turn.
Well, we're about to see. Roll the dice.
I ain't got all day.
That's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
he would have.
Well, no, he still doesn't win. He's still on 2 health no matter what, and Hyper's down 3 health without a taunt in hand.
If Darkhorse used the 4/4 to kill the Sneeds, Hyper would have won the game on this turn.
Let me think.
Ah, yeah, okay, yes, you're correct. But okay, yeah, my mistake.
Yeah, because the Gaslight could have attacked, but it's all RNG random stuff. But anyway.
Oh, you're true. That's what I wasn't thinking about. Okay, all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Move quickly.
This is terrifying for Hyper. Do you? I think you have to True Silver at this point, because well, even then, you're dead. Yeah, you dead. You dead.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're gonna see game 1 go to Darkhorse, kind of out of nowhere. Jeez, it's those last couple of turns. And here we are saying that Hyper is stabilized, but yeah, well played by Hyper and Darkhorse.
I think Darkhorse could have won the game earlier on if he made a few different plays. He could have maybe had a chance to kill him when he was on 4 health. He could have had a different way of doing it. Maybe.
But yeah, been an interesting game. The Paladin matchup, we did get down to like the last 8 cards from Darkhorse, but there's still some surprises I think that'll come out of this deck.
So if you were Hyper, would you use your Priest or Warlock to counter the Paladin?
Well, I like Priest just because long games are fun games, but depends on sort of Warlock. I mean, having seen what he's playing and how badly sometimes Handlock can get rolled by quality combos, I think we may see the Priest come out, but we'll see. We are going to game 2, guys. It is HyperTragic versus Darkhorse. Game 1, we did see the Paladin and Mirror with 2 very similar decks. Darkhorse is, however, playing the double lay on hand. Well, we saw a single lay on hands, so we may not see double, but he is playing lay on hands in this one. Whereas Hyper did bring a bit more of an aggressive kind of traditional Paladin. In the Paladin's hand, we do have the Shredder, Equality, and Quartermaster, and looks like HyperTragic is kind of deciding on a mulligan, but he is playing Silence. That's a card that's sometimes been pushed out of Priest, just because of the amount of other quality Priest cards.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I agree with it, but I do myself play Master Spell, so I'm not the greatest advocate for current decks. Okay,
yeah,
so
Master Spell is pretty random. Normally you'd see a Shadow Madness or a Priest.
hey man, I was on the inside track due to Reddit. Okay, they had me set up like Master Spell was the shiz niz, and it's worked for me. You need to be watching my games to see how much it's working for me. So, anyway, for pretty much every single Priest game ever, we do see a turn 1 North Shear, and if you'd wanted to turn Shear North Shear, but it's like Ben Stiller said in the great movie Tropic Thunder, you never go full North Shear. You just can't. So you'll lose games after that.
Yeah, that's okay playing the L here. He has 2.
Hey, he's still gonna get the cards draw, pretty much guaranteed. And then how do you feel about felt about Thought stealing that? Because I mean, I'm talking about like the OP combo of Lay on Hands Arcanine.
The trick with using Thought Steal is waiting for late game to use it, because then the opponent has the less cards in their deck, so you're more likely to get something that's worth more value. But that's just a little kind of theory people use. But...
No, I dig. I still say, you know, as somebody who just wants to make a VOD highlight that includes us going nuts over that play, I still think he should have Thought Steal there. But oh well, maybe Silence here. It's like I was saying before. Like I do like getting rid of these shredders with silences, just so it's not instant board control. Although he's maybe not super worried because he's got the injured. But no circle. Still there, Taipan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna see him just go for a bit more card draw. He could like coin Pyromancer Silence, attack him with North Shear. That might have been good. I don't know. I think he sees that play as well, but he's choosing instead not to. In the Paladin's hand, we do see the Knife Juggler come into play. So yeah, it does turn out there he is running Knife Jugglers. We didn't see them in the first game too much from Darkhorse. However, we do see directly in the middle right there, Dr. Balanced coming out. So, I mean, we'll just take a quick break once turn 7 rolls around. Because it's pretty obvious what he's going to do there. Although, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, what's the play? Knife Juggler, dude?
It would have been nice if you had Muster, because that would have been the perfect turn to fly.
Yes, that's pretty true. Wow. Okay, the Holy Nova is a very good answer to this. Pity he doesn't still have his other North Shear, but oh well. I imagine I'm going to see the Holy Nova. Although we could just see Pyromancer Silence is strong. That's really strong. Pyromancer Silence coin is that you then get to get an Injured Blade Master out as well. I think that's the play. That has to be the play.
Yeah.
Maybe not even wasting the coin. Just go for the Injured Blade Master. Oh, but you can coin for the heal. So in this case,
Thought Steal. You could go Wild Pyromancer Thought Steal and still clear the board.
either way, yeah, he's gonna silence here.
Oh, Silence, yeah, that works.
But see, the think about maybe silencing before he played the Pyromancer is if he was looking to do something like coin heal is. I don't know, he couldn't have a coin heal, he's Blade Master. But if he was looking to Thought Steal right now, he didn't want to have the Pyromancer go off twice. It's kind of a strange line of play, and you get that. I get it as a priest player. You play the Pyromancer, you're like, this is gonna be amazing. Like, you know, the epic sax guy stuff's playing in the background. You go and it's a single track mind, but then you realize, oh crap, I could have played that totally differently. And then you realize you didn't kill the Kel'Thuzad and it's game over. But it's still fun.
Like you said, he could have silenced first and then played Pyro and then used the Thought Steal to trigger it and still clear the board that way.
Yeah, because the heal fell weak there. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe we're just not on the same level as Hyper. Actually, I'm close. He's only ranked 14 at the moment, but that's only because season reset. So, Vol'jin.
And we see a Vol'jin come out. I love Vol'jin so much. It's one of my favorite legend cards out of the expansion.
Yeah. Okay.
Got to be in the top 3 best legend cards.
You know about So for everyone who doesn't know this at home, Vol'jin played on an empty board kills Vol'jin. At least that's what Reddit has been telling me. I do want to see that. Maybe Hyper's aware of it. Maybe Hyper's not. But that'd be pretty funny.
I haven't heard of that happening before.
Well, because card text states swap health with a random enemy minion, and if there's no enemy minion, it kills him. This is all tentative.
Wouldn't he just the battle cry wouldn't trigger and he would just have 2 health?
I don't know. I've never seen it happen. So.
But I'm just assuming that nothing would happen and he would just have 2 health on the board. But we can test it later. I'd love to see what happens.
I'm just hoping it happens now.
Yeah.
Us make mistakes. We don't make mistakes, Taipan. We make highlight VODs. That's our mistakes. Hey, so Paladin, we're at turn 7. Bet he's thinking he shut his eyes the last 2 turns, and he's now trying to like remember where he put the Dr. Boom. That's probably the worst misplay we're gonna see at this point. Accidentally misclicking Dr. Boom.
Let me think.
Yeah. Dr. Boom has to come down here.
Whoa, Taipan. You called the play. Jeez. Whoa, surprise of the century there. So now from the priest.
Silverhand recruiting Quartermaster.
Yeah, it could have been. That would have been definitely a hell of a lot more weaker than the Dr. Boom.
Oh, we got the perfect play for the priest. He can Vol'jin and then hero power Dr. Boom for 2 damage.
We're not allowed to say the V word, but I'm just saying if Trump was around, we'd be in prison over that. That's pretty solid. I love this animation as well, except the frame rate it gives me, but the animation is sick.
if he wanted to kill one of the boom bots, he should have attacked first and then played Vol'jin, so the bot wouldn't hit Vol'jin. It's just a little thing, so it
Or
wouldn't take.
he didn't. He doesn't kill the boom bots because he has Master Spell in hand. How do you like that one,
Yeah,
Taipan? That's a perfect scenario from the Master Spell that you've totally neglected.
I can't see Master Spell in the priest's hand.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
if you know, because you were ragging on me for playing into my decks,
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
or maybe
I'd save Master Spell for Tyrion, just so he loses the Taunt, Divine Shield, and weapon.
and you get a card draw. See, guys, Master Spell, sleeper OP. But so Paladin, it's turn 8. He must be saying to himself, "Where's my Tyrion? Just where's my Tyrion?" Although he probably wouldn't want the Tyrion because we got a 6/7 Vol'jin. But still, you're asking yourself, "Why have the gods cursed me so? Where is my Tyrion? Maybe in a Leon. I would have been bad."
He could silence the Vol'jin and then use the weapon into the Soul Priest and play the Sludge Belcher.
We're about to see something magical, Taipan. Do it! Oh, okay. That could have been great. Again, the V word, but that could have been pretty amazing. The Boombot successfully took that weapon. Dr. Balance. Dr. Balance. Oh, golly. Are we seeing a Thought Steal or just Trademaster? Or are we looking at heal face at this point?
He can do both. He can heal the Blade Master and play Thought Steal as well.
That's true.
Because that would hit full 8 mana. I wonder if he's running any Shrinkmeisters, because he could have Shrinkmeistered the Sludge Belcher and then Cabaled it and stolen it.
Or he could Shadow Mana's Recombobulator.
Or Shadow Madness, Useful Brewmaster.
Or he could have just Shadow Word Pain cabled. Do you even priest, bro? This is the thing I've been finding about my priest deck. Looking at our HyperTragic's hand, he does have the 2 Shadow Word Deaths. What are we gonna see them come out on? Tyrion? Maybe. Probably not. He's gonna look to mind control that. So that means the Tyrion's unplayable.
Kel'Thuzad, Sneeds, Ragnaros.
We didn't see a Sneeds coming out of Darkhorse before. So if he's not running Sneeds.
Hyper had Sneeds, but he could Darkhorse could have another Sneeds. No, see, I would have silenced the cultist first and then attacked it, so it wouldn't buff the Blade Master.
That is a pretty spooky trade master.
Reporting for duty.
Holy Nova? Ooh, or Cable. Cable for a recruit? Wait.
No, you'd never use it on a recruit.
Imagine if Quartermaster said something like, give all recruits +2/+2. That would give it a totally different dynamic, particularly in the last matchup. And in this matchup, you might actually have a case to Cable the recruit. But most likely... I mean, you could coin Mind Control if you're not scared of Tyrion and get a Sludge Belcher. But you may just better, like...
I definitely hold on to the Mind Control for the Tyrion.
Perfect 6-drop. And the Muster! Whoa. Although you did see previously, coming out of Darkhorse's deck, a Harrison Jones, so you may not want to Muster.
Reporting for duty.
Because, I mean, like, as the priest, you're looking left to right in Darkhorse's hand. Like, one of those has got to be Quartermaster, maybe another Equality, and a Consecration. That doesn't leave much room for card draw. Like, are you really looking to see the top deck Harrison Jones just pretty much refill? I don't know, I maybe wouldn't have mustered that, but who can resist, preparing for battle so many times, or mustering for battle as well?
Darkhorse can still clear the board here with Consecrate and his weapon into the Blade Master.
Yeah, that's true. And it's still holding on to Equality, no less.
Let me think.
I'd imagine that's what we're going to see.
He really needs one of his card draw engines in the next few turns, like Lay on Hands or Hammer of Wrath or something.
Yeah, and this... Does he play Hammer of Wrath? Do we see Paladins play Hammer of Wrath?
Sometimes they do run one of them, or it's more common for like an Acolyte of Pain.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Or even The one that's got like,
Change your mind.
you know what I'm talking about, where you draw as many cards as in your opponent's hand.
Oh yeah.
It's like divine favor. Yeah, divine favor. Yeah, that's generally a really good card against priests. But instead, we see the cable come down for the slime. I don't know about last.
It's funny how you call it. It's funny how you call it a cable because I say cabal because cable is like CABLE.
Kazan, Kazan,
Yeah.
cable, cable, tomato, tomato, bro. Potato, potato.
Reporting for duty.
Probably gonna. Whoa. Oh man, this is looking really bad for Darkhorse. You forget the board, but just not having the card draw is scary, particularly against priests who you still haven't seen circle. You haven't seen. Oh, we're not gonna see a light bomb, but you still haven't seen like mind control, any shadow word deaths. You haven't seen really anything like super scary come out of the priest yet. And when you've only got like the owl, I don't know.
He can use his weapon on the shield bot and then cabal into the Black Knight, play the Wild Pyromancer and Holy Nova.
Okay, we'll see when he sees that play.
He wouldn't need to Pyromancer. He could clear the board with just Holy Nova, and he could Lotheb. So just Holy Nova and Lotheb clear the board, get 2 minions on board, and get board control.
Yeah, I definitely go with that one. Hopefully that's the play he's thinking about. I can't think of a reason not to use Holy Nova, particularly if you're pairing it with a Lotheb. Instead, going for the pilot. Okay, different. Maybe not. He's not. Again, talking about paladins, they just don't have the reach. They're like short people playing basketball. It's tragedy to watch them. So I just maybe he's just not scared. And again, this does create the better board then versus just the Lotheb, and the cable would be on pretty much the exact same health.
He can kill both the Shredder and the Cabal, and still play his He can Owl, Silverhammer Crude, and Quartermaster.
That's true. I still think playing against Priest, you're holding on the Owl for your own Tyrion, as weird as that sounds. We'll see what he does. But again, owling Shredders seems to be the name of the game these days, so... Maybe even he could leave the Lothel up if he so felt. Although instead choosing to equality, which is the other play we were kind of thinking about. I don't know whether you wanted to.
He didn't have to equality there because he could have killed both of them anyway.
I guess he's thinking in terms of like his next turn, just making sure he can, if he gets a muster or something. I don't know. Maybe not the correct play coming out of Darkhorse, but we'll see how it plays out for him. Alright, we just see the Aldor coming to hand. Again, he's just run out of card draw. Like, I mean, here has to be the turn for the priest where your mind control is just gonna do the most amount of work. Like, if you got that Shredder, he's now got one card in hand. And even if it's Quartermaster, great, you Quartermaster muster. Oh, that's the coolest story I've ever heard, bro. I've got 13 points of damage, and you're now on 12 health. GL with that.
Well, now he has a target for Shadow Word Death.
That's true. But I mean, you can... What are you doing after Shadow Word Death, though? You're Holy Novering the 4th that comes out?
All the Night Priestess and Hero Power, and get rid of the 4-mana minion, whatever it is.
I'm convinced you're saving that Arcanine for his Circle, or even Double Circle. Although, Holy Fire. See, I like Holy Fire. This is good. I play Holy Fire. You rag on me for Holy Fire. I knew I was going to get along with HyperTragic. Oh, by the way, just while we're mid-stream, I do have a couple of shout-outs from HyperTragic. I want to give a shout-out to his Biffle, Andre Jordan, for always being there for him. He loves you so much. And for Callum Marshall for being his #1 scrub. That's Hyper's shout-outs. So again, that was a big shout-out to his Biffle, Andrew Jordan, for always being there. He loves you. And Callum Marshall for being his #1 scrub. I would hate to be that Callum Marshall guy. Jeez. But yeah, okay. We did see the Shadow of Death come out on the piloted Shredder. getting an alright minion. I'd say 3/3 for 4. If they can attack on your own turn, it's a pretty good minion.
Yeah, and I would hero power the Silver Moon and trade the Cabal into it.
Maybe, I guess, you're missing out on a fair amount of face damage. Oh, wow. Okay, we do see Muster, Quartermaster here. So that's going to be 4 3/3s, a weapon, and a 2/5. That's a strong play. But again, you've shown the Priest everything, and you are going to get rickety wrecked by Pyromancer Holy Nova.
He really needs... he really needs his lay on hands if he can draw into it.
Yes.
Briefly more.
Oh man, this is like me the other night where I had like a paladin play a similar play but into a flame strike as a mage. You're just sitting here just going, oh, do it. Oh, I just want him to do it, and then he does it, and it's the best feeling. This may be game over. Although actually no, Holy Diver, while Pyromancer just backfire pretty heavily. Just because you still got the Arcanine board. You're going to lose your entire board, but the Paladin's going to take 5-7 damage. And you're going to take... Wait, does he have lethal? 7, 9, 14. Yeah, he's got lethal.
He does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Cool. Hopefully he spots that. And doesn't listen to us. Looks like he has seen it.
Even though he's going to do 5 damage to himself with Holy Fire, it still doesn't matter because he can still take that damage.
The BM is real.
There we go.
I think so. We're going to see game 2 got HyperTragic with his Priest taking out Darkhorse's Paladin. That was pretty close. That's pretty dicey there. Touch and go as it was.
I wouldn't say that was BM. I would just say that was the only way he could have lethal.
Wow, one man's BM is another man's treasure.
So now we have Warrior and Mage from Darkhorse against Priest.
Nice. 2 seconds, gonna update the overlay and I'll defeat the
just depends.
display glitch. Yep,
It
go on.
just depends on what type of mage it is. Would affect which deck Hyper would choose.
So out of Freeze Mage, Mech Mage, Fatigue Mage, because Fatigue Mage is a thing, which has got the best chance against Priest, do you think? Not that that's able to be changed, but...
I would say Freeze Mage is the strongest out of the 3 to counter Priest, because Control Piece, we all know how long the game is when Control Priests play, and Freeze Mage is naturally a slow styled game anyway, so the Freeze Mage could last as long as the Priest and just build up her spells and then just finish her off on 10 mana.
Oh, okay. So what are we mulliganing here from the Priest? Are we looking to keep this Cabal? Like maybe to grab an early Armor Smith? Or... He's definitely surely going to keep the Injured Blade Master. I can't see him keeping the Pyromancer, although I've been hurt before, so we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
I would mulligan the Cabal and keep the other 2. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect for the Priest.
Wow, that's a... Oh. See what I mean? Every game, you get a North Shear. Choosing here not to play North Shear?
Yeah, because he's scared of the Coin Fiery War Axe, so he doesn't want to play it on turn 1.
Gotta be brave. Your North Shear is brave. Alright, so... Instead, we'll see Light. Are we gonna see an emote come out of HyperTragic? A light shall burn you, people. For those who don't play a lot of Priest,
the BM heal on turn 2 is always the correct play.
That is always 9 times out of 10. No matter what you're doing on turn 2 as a Priest, it needs to be heal the opponent and then explain to them that it's not a quick death. The light shall burn you. It's a slow, cancerous death. Like it's a death that's drawn out over 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 turns. But when you get hit by the light shall burn you, I don't know, man. Like, they talk about nerfing Dr. Boom. I really don't think that should be in the game. Just such a devastating effect on morale. That's my opinion. Just my opinion, guys. You've been a great audience.
So now Hyper can use the priest, the cleric, Injured Blade Master, cleric, and circle, draw a card.
Yeah, definitely. That is probably a likely turn. Although he might be slightly terrified of execute coming out after the fiery. No, this is not the fiery wind axe. This is the death spine. Do you think Blizzard did that deliberately? Do you think they said one of the warrior's weapons already has an awesomely nice nickname in fiery wind axe? Let's just make sure nobody can ever do the same thing to his other weapon. I really feel like they missed out on something. They could have called it like super axe of Winmore. Is that a WoW reference? I don't play WoW, so.
I'm not sure, but the warrior here can play his second armor smith, attack the cleric, and then execute the Injured Blade Master from the death rattle. Maybe my thinking. He might like
I
would play the second armor.
You could have been correct. He might be looking to establish a second Death Spire. Okay, bit of a misplay coming out from Darkhorse there. Missing out on two armor. No, 3 armor, because double death, double that. Yeah, 3 armor. So we'll see whether that has an effect on the game. I'm gonna write that down and then reference it for about 10 minutes. 3.
Yeah, because if he draws into a shield slam later on, and he doesn't have enough armor, that's where it would have mattered.
The butterfly effect.
3 armor to kill something.
Serious question, Taipan. Have you seen the movie The Butterfly Effect? Starring Ashton Kutcher?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I won't reference it then, but for those who have seen it, I really like that movie. That's a good movie. And then there's a whole bunch of alternative endings, but I won't ruin them. That's a pity. You should watch more movies, Taipan.
I do watch a lot of movies.
Oh, well, you haven't seen The Butterfly Effect. Just saying. It's a movie. But yeah, we're waiting for Hyper to do his play with the priest. We might see Powered Shield, the Holy Smite, but that is just never gonna feel good into double Smith.
Give the warrior 10 armor.
That's why it's gonna be 2. Oh wow, it's gonna be a lot. It is gonna be a lot of armor. So if we were worried about the warrior missing out on the 3 armor previously, well, thank God that this happened. Oh dear, dear.
He could just throw down Acolyte Whirlwind and then trade the Armor Smith into the Pyro.
Yeah, it's probably what we're gonna see actually.
But the worst case situation for the warrior would be if the priest had Cabal and he steals, because that's the target you want to steal from warrior when you're playing priest.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
I mean, when you're playing against control warrior, you will drop all sorts of nasties on those acolytes to make sure that warrior does not get any card draw. I've been prone to just do some pretty nutso crap to those things. Turn 10, oh yeah, that's a mind control, and it works. If they're top decking, yeah, rag, don't care, Shadow Word Death. Oh, and then I establish something. They're like, oh, I deal with my Sylvanas, and you're like, certainly, gentlemen. And then you do, and then establish something, and then warrior just loses. And then you say, ha 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 ha, pay to win, scum. That's what you do as the priest. Not calling
I would have actually thought stolen here, just to refill my hand as the priest, and just to see what cards I could have got off the warrior. He could have gotten Grom or Ragnaros or something crazy, Alexstrasza.
That is cruel. Back to work, number 1. I like counting them because I find that, particularly on ladder, when you're not playing against somebody as skilled as Darkhorse all the time, and they're playing Control Warrior, it's a very good habit to get into, to count the Cruel Taskmasters and Whirlwinds and things. Because as soon as you know that there is a very little chance he's got a Grom activator, go ham. I just go ham. That's when the insanity happens. So right now, HyperTragic's saying, well, judging by that play, he probably doesn't have Grom in hand, although he might with the Death Spire. I don't know, we'll see. And that might telegraph something to a different player. Hey, Taipan, have you seen what he just thought stole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect combo.
Ah, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna have a VOD highlight at some stage. Ah, guaranteed. I'll probably say Lothar.
The priest wins the game by using this on turn 10. That would be the most epic win
Yeah.
out of the whole tournament.
Oh man, we had a pretty intensive schedule last week. We did like 2 or 3 games a night for like 4 or 5 days, and I honestly almost lost my voice. I didn't tell you this, but I almost lost it. And it's stuff like this. It's the beauty that is going to be the next couple of turns for us. That makes it so worth it. And the warrior, how the F is he going to know this is going to happen? He's not playing around Grom, Cruel Taskmaster. There is no way. But we do see a Sneeds come down. Bit of an interesting play. I imagine we'll maybe see... I've been prone to the North Shear heal an enemy minion. You could like heal...
You could heal the Cruel Taskmaster.
The back to work, yes, you could. He could get back to work drawing you cards or something. I don't know. That's a play. Maybe looking... But then after that, you'd be looking for... Oh... Thoughts? No, you're looking for mind control, but he needs something desperately, because otherwise Rag is going to punish. You can have as many Grom Ashes and all the Cruel Taskmasters in the world, but if the board coming into your turn 10 looks like Sneeds, Sludge Belcher, and Rag, you're not going to have a good time with that one. Unless he plays Light Bomb. Oh, please. Do it. Do it. Oh, this game could be great. It's great no matter what, but it could be amazing. We'll see. There is magic happening.
I watched Kid Cats play a few times on live stream, and he's cut his Ragnaros and Alex Strasser for Kel'Thuzad and Sneeds. So that's pretty crazy. I wouldn't use the Cruel Taskmaster here. I use it to treat Grom.
Well, we were talking about like this is one of the things. Like we have the gift of having both plays hands, but it can feel like we can get more obsessed about the worst plays than the players. So it's particularly like talking about last game where we almost Myth Lethal, talking about how awesome it would be to Pyro Holy Never. In this case, HyperTragic is playing the safe route, and in this case, the safe route's super boring. But either way,
I would Alex Strasser the Priest, and then Sneeds the Sludge Belcher, and then use the 3/3 to kill the 1/2. Yeah.
We were ragging, or are we Alex Strassering here?
Alex Strasser, definitely. You can Ragnaros next turn.
You can rag. You can rag whenever you can. Type in. You can rag when you want to. You can leave your friends behind, because there ain't no rag, and then if there's no rag, then you ain't no friend of mine. That's what I say to that. You like that one? Cool.
That was awesome.
Thanks. That's a song. You didn't know. Oh, this is not looking good for the priest, though. Actually, Holy Fire into... Oh, Grom? Are we gonna see a Grom? Grom, like, heal something? Okay, ooh. Cruel... Yeah, I think we're gonna see a heal come out somewhere. You could Grom into Sludge Belcher here. And then heal Grom back up and it'd still be enraged. And then based on what comes out of that, your best is going to be a silence for the Sneeds. And that's still not lethal, just because we know what's in Darkhorse's hand, but you'd be thinking about it. You're wondering where the Rag is. You're wondering whether his Grom's going to pop out. Shield Slam Sylvanas could Rickety wreck him. Well, so many things. It's not looking good for HyperTragic either way.
Is healing there. 1, 2, 4.
Scope the answer. And the Vol'jin would be pretty good next turn. But it's a pity he's not going to be able to Vol'jin Holy Fire. And that cable is Well, it could do work on the Boombot, but most likely we're going to see Rad come down here and put the Priest on. Well, no, choosing instead to go with the Boombots.
Oh, and the BM, I will crush you.
Oh, I say it's correct in this stage. Unless the Priest draws into... Oh. Wow, Silence could have been really good. I think your top priority as the Priest is surely going to be Light Shall Burn you, and then show him that you got the Grommash.
I must consider.
So even if he somehow, like if he holy fires the, nah, it's lethal. It's lethal. Super duper lethal. And do it as a, oh whoa.
What did you get? Oh, Margaret.
That could have been something to play around. Jeez. Is there... Oh, that would have been really... Imagine if Mogor had the effect of, like... You can attack your own face if it procs. That would have been amazing. That was an entertaining game. So we're going to see game 3 go to Darkhorse on the Warrior, which means HyperTragic is now down to his Warlock. You want to talk for a bit while I update the overlay, Taipan?
And this will be the big reveal, seeing what sort of Warlock it is. Could even be a Demon Warlock.
I hope so. Dreaded friends list bug. That thing is the bane of me. Alright, let's go.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like we are still waiting for the players to go into game. But cool, that was exciting. I highlights for me. Oh, looks like we got in. Highlights for me getting a Grom, Cruel Taskmaster, a Mogor coming out of the Sneeds. A couple of misplays early by Darkhorse, but it works out.
Yeah.
Victory or death! Your soul shall be mine!
Let's fix this hand up. 2 seconds. Do you want to talk about the mulligans for Darkhorse?
I'm loading them in now.
Cool. In HyperTragic's hand, we've got Dr. Boom, Hellfire, Twilight, Ironbeak. I imagine he's going to hold on to the Twilight and Ironbeak. Don't know about the Dr. Boom, Hellfire. In Darkhorse's hand, we do see
Cruel Taskmaster, Shield Maiden, and Gromage. And I'd get rid of the Shield Maiden and Gromage. Try and get something different.
I think he did mulligan for those earlier, so I'm sure he wishes he did. But wow, the Execute coming in. Execute Taskmaster is going to be pretty big. I imagine here we're going to see probably just armor pass, and then wow, we're probably going to see tap pass for the Warlock.
So Hyper's Warlock is pretty much a standard handlock version.
It'll be interesting to see what he's playing Jiraxis and things like that. Although we haven't seen a Harrison Jones in Darkhorse's Warrior, so we'll see what goes down.
That's true.
Choosing here to play the Ancient Watcher, which I think is correct, particularly if there's no real rush, inverted commas, to get some threats out against the Warrior.
I would have life tapped again.
Yeah, we can see we do see Twilight Drake come out. Probably going to see a shield block come out from the Warrior. They are both being conscious of not overdrawing at 10. Baron Geddon, awesome, cool. And choosing here to shield slam the Twilight Drake, that's pretty strong, particularly if you've got the Execute in hand. I imagine he's maybe looking for a better way to activate the Execute than using the to get the follow the rules, but no, it's not follow the rules. Get down. Is it get down? No, it's not. It's back to work.
Get back to work.
Thank you.
Back to work. Normally if you have a choice between Shield Slam and Execute, you would always play Shield Slam first, because you don't want to lose your armor, then Shield Slam just becomes a dead card.
Oh, that's true.
So that's why you go Shield Slam first.
The counterpoint to that might be you'd be thinking about in terms of Execute's kind of something that's a bit harder to execute as it was. So that's when I might have led towards it, but there's a point for each. Probably gonna see at this point Sludge Belcher, although we could have seen Ancient Watcher coin Sludge Belcher. I can't imagine by this point you're pretty much looking to hold the coin for Jiraxis, is it?
Or another play would have been just life tapping and Watcher, or life tapping, see if he gets his second Twilight, and play Twilight.
Yeah, although you would have been worrying for the secondary Shield Slam here.
I can take the hit.
I'd be happy if he used his second Shield Slam, because then it's not used on one of my giants.
That's true. That's true. So we see the Fast here. I really like. I'm gonna be pretty honest with you, Typan. I really don't like Fastus anymore. I think if you're playing anti-heal bots, outside of like against aggro-ish and maybe against rogue and things where you need to have that early heal or you need that, there's just stronger cards. Like you're talking about Warlock. You know, they've already picked up Dark Bomb and trimmed a bit of their deck down, but at the 3 slot, whoa, they can play Sheep. They could play another Owl. They could play a lot of stuff, and instead they're getting 3 health for a 3/3.
Yeah, it's really important for Handlock to have the Earthen so they can heal their giants, or even I've seen cases where Earthen has saved Warlocks from dying because the other player didn't have enough to do lethal.
It's the same logic from with which I cut them out of my Priest, in that there's better cards. It's a 30 card limit. You obviously, Handlock doesn't really have a convoluted win condition. It's got a ton, but it's the Priest is the same boat, and I don't like it a lot of the time. I really feel like it's just a weak card that if you know that you're going to be playing a control game, why not pick up an extra 5-drop or even an extra legendary or something like that? Just my opinion.
Earthens also help with early aggro decks like Zoo and Hunter, because you can play them on turn 3 and he'll get back some of the damage and still have board presence, so you can deal with like a Huffer or a Leon.
I don't know, I just feel like there might be better ways to do it outside of a Farseer. Either way, we do see the Shield Maiden trade into the Sludge Belcher, and there is a Sneeds on board. So out of the Sneeds so far, we've had some pretty random stuff come out. We had a Mogor, and then
he could faceless the Sneeds, but my prediction is that he's running the Arcane Golem Power of Overwhelming faceless combo. So that would be 8 damage and then he'd faceless and do 16 damage in one turn.
Isn't it 24?
No, because it's 8 for both minions. Because Arcane Golem is 4 plus Power of Overwhelm is 8.
But don't you usually do the double power though? So it's you go to 12 and then it's 24.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just what I've seen like Darkhorse Express play. But I don't know. There's a case here. Like you're against Warrior, you maybe, particularly if he's on 34 life, you maybe just better off getting rid of that armor total early. And Sneeds is a friggin' awesome minion to get for 5 mana. Like, hey, I get 2 legendaries. I get a legendary guaranteed, and then I get a 5/7, and it's sticky as anything. That's the good stuff. That's the sticky stuff. That's what I mean. You look at like Snoop Dogg's all about the sticky stuff. Bob Marley was about the sticky stuff. There's a lot to say about sticky stuff. Glue's amazing. We wouldn't have carpentry without sticky stuff.
I would play Sylvanas here because if you can get Sneeds to die, his Sylvanas can steal the Warlock's Legend card.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Maybe even
just because of the way the Death Rattle order works.
That's true, actually. Yes. Okay, but so if you faceless, it doesn't. Does it take the Death Rattle order as based on the minion you faceless, or is it just there's a new Death Rattle in creation, resolve last?
It would still he would trigger last. Yeah.
Right,
so it still applies the order, just like if you played a normal Death Rattle minion.
Yeah, no, I was just confused because I was you talk about because you can copy things like Shadow Madness and other weird stuff, and they resolve.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but it doesn't copy the priority of going first.
Cool. Either way, we're gonna see him play the Lotheb. again, this is one of those situations where Lothab's great. Like, Lothab's amazing. It's in every deck for a reason, but sometimes when you're just playing it as a 5/5, and particularly against classes where you're not super scared of what they're going to do with spells, it's just better to hold it, I'd imagine. Like, you'd rather have it as a tech card than what's happened here, where it's just hey, hi, I'm Lothab, how you doing? Oh, I'm not a big fan of spells, if you didn't know. He's locked out the execute, sure, but not really. I mean, he stopped a... We're still probably going to see him Rag or Geddon? Is there a case for Geddon here? Tack in with Death's Bite into... Death's Bite into the Watcher, kills the Watcher, slime into the Lothab, plus Geddon. Now you still need one more damage. So you need to go... There's a way to do it, I think. Because you get 3 damage with the proc of Death Spite and Geddon, so you're pretty much going to guaranteed kill the Earthen Ring, and you're not super worried about the... Oh yeah, you can clear. I think you can clear everything here. Even without the... Yeah, you can clear everything with Baron Geddon. Maybe leaving the Ancient Watcher up. Although we could just see him Rag. I mean, he's on like 41 health. He does not... I can't see him like giving a super duper crap about really much here. Instead, choosing this might have been a case to hold on to your Death Spite there. If you're only going to clear the Lothab, you might have been better to go face with your Sneeds.
No time for games.
Hold the Death Spite, and then just set up for the Warlock to do something stupid, and you get something awesome out of your Sneeds. So, Taipan,
Yeah.
what are the odds on the Kit Kat situation where we see KTs coming out of these things?
Well, he's got Alexstrasza and Ragnaros in his hand, so I don't think he would be running Kel'Thuzad.
No, I mean
There's-
coming out of the Sneeds shredders.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like that, yeah, when he played against Vissel
Yeah,
and the Sneed summoned there.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. For those who might have missed
I
it,
don't know. Maybe like a less than 5% chance, but it still could happen.
believe. But for those who missed it, there was a professional game. I think it was
Yeah.
was it Deck Wars or Pinnacle or
I
something?
think it was
ESL.
King-
No, it was ESL. It was ESL. And
Oh,
Kingwood.
yeah, that's right.
Okay, and so what happened was Kit Kats and Tice, who are both professional, very professional players. They're good players as well. They Kit Kats kept playing Sneeds, and every time his Sneeds would die, it would spawn a Kel'Thuzad. It did this like 3 times. This huge VOD. And of course, Reddit went ape about, well, is this a competitive game? If this sort of stuff can... And it was really funny. And so now the joke is, is it the Kit Kat shredder? Because it'll spawn a KT, which will give him another shredder and something awesome. So.
And another famous myth about Kit Kats is on turn 7 always playing Armor Smith first and then Brawl, and his Armor Smith always surviving. Every time he brawls, his Armor Smith survives.
That's not a myth, Taipan. I'm a believer in very few things, but
yeah, that's a truth. That's
a
fact.
truth. The Kit Kat's Armor Smith survivor is... I mean, the amount of times that went off, you think about like Fight Night and all that stuff, the amount of times that went off, I'm a believer, until I saw her face and all that, so. Smash Mouth references coming out thick and strong here. What is with me? Okay, maybe just rag it. Or Geddon. Geddon guarantees you proc.
I'm just trying to think, is there a way he can use...
Oh no, he's doing this. Oh my god, he's gonna get... If he goes in here and uses Sneeds...
He
could
could go, Baron Geddon execute the 4/4 and go for the 50-50 to steal Sneeds.
Oh, hell yeah.
With
Hell yeah.
Baron Geddon killing his Sylvanas. So he could YOLO 50-50 here.
So, and also, I know, just in case Atosis is watching or anybody else like that, you can't execute your own minions. Just to reaffirm that one. Again, another funny thing that we're gonna...
Execute my own minions.
Yeah, that was pretty... I love that it's another thing that happened on Fight Night, but Atosis, very famous player, went to execute his own minion, his own Sylvanas, to do like some wiki like tech play. And instead of that happening, he just kind of went to drag it and then awkwardly went, oh, yeah, this isn't working.
That is not a valid target.
and kind of face palmed and lost after that. Pretty good answer here to the Rag though. The BGH, Dr. Boom playing around the Sylvanas. You're scared of that Sylvanas.
So many possibilities.
Ooh,
I'd be less scared if I had a owl.
that's true. That is very true. See, this is the thing. Like we can harp on about all the hypotheticals, but we don't know what's going to go down until those shredders go off.
Which one would you actually silence the Sneed so he doesn't get a legend card out of it, or are you more scared of Sylvanas? Like, which one would you say is a bigger threat?
There's a. Ooh.
Almost out of time. I've got the beast.
I mean, considering what you're going to be playing in, like you have to play in the presumption that you're the winner, so therefore.
Oh, 1 in 5.
Oh no. Alright, you got the ancient watcher. That could have been dicey is the understatement I'm gonna use here. Jeez. The warrior
Roping on his turn as well.
oh, you know. Rope's gotta do what a rope's gotta do. Baron Gen, it's gotta be a Baron Gen turn. Like this board is just screaming out for some fiery redemption. It just wants it. It is cruising.
He could execute the Sneed, see what he gets, and then trade his Sneed into the legend card, whatever it is.
But
so if it's like a Archmage Antonidas, he could trade and then kill the Archmage.
yeah, but if it's KT, I mean, the fear is real, dude.
No, I don't like trading there like that.
What?
What are the chances of that happening?
I don't know.
Well played.
So these are going to be acting as Yetis, unless this Warlock played.
The Warlock has anti-healbot. He's got 2 mechs.
Oh shit.
If you can get his on a healbot or some kind of a mech, he could make this Voltron a real thing.
Oh my god, that'd be glorious. I want it to happen. I want Darkhorse to win, but I want to see Voltron. Oh man. Oh come on.
It's at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if it was at the end of his turn and he could draw into another mech, that would be so
No.
epic.
It's only 3. It's 3. It's Murmuron counts itself.
Yeah.
So he only needs to play one. He only needs to play the single antique healbot, and he'd get Voltron.
Yeah. But he'd have to wait until the start of his next turn.
I wonder.
That's true. That's true. And I can't, as the warrior player, just throwing this out there, but you probably don't want him spawning any, you know, what is it, a 4/8?
A mega Wind Fury minion.
Considering it only takes 1 power world overwhelming to end you from this health, because he's doing 16.
Oh, so he kills the heal bot.
No, actually, you'd be on 1 health if he somehow got, if he got Voltron out and got a power overwhelming, you'd be on 1 health because you'd be able to do 32 damage.
Yeah.
That's the dream lives on. Maybe if he plays, what's that other mech? He could play a Noyatron. Could he? No, what's a? Oh, I could play Fell Cannons. Oh, that'd be maybe. He could play Animus Golem or Fell Reaver. They're both pretty good. Animus Golem particularly is amazing.
I'll just take a quick break for 30 seconds and I'll come straight back.
Hi. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll keep passing. I like the sound of my voice, so it's fine. Alright, we're gonna see the warrior just kind of step back into the safe play. You see the warlock's kind of 23 is an awkward number because the warlock card giant, and you don't really have that much reach as the warrior, so it's gonna get kind of like a little bit boring. The warlock's got a better chance to turn around just because the way you can tap into things. But if he's not careful, I mean, a Trademaster, I mean, back to work is going to end the game. But I'm super disappointed we didn't get to see Voltron. I'm disappointed for you, the people watching this who didn't get to see Voltron. Oh well. Here we're seeing him tap. Maybe I think Dr. Boom's the play. You're scared of it triggering. Well, actually, no. You're gonna attack into the Acolyte, guaranteed. Execute or no execute, you're gonna attack into the Acolyte, guaranteed, just to negate the card draw. So that means you're not scared of the Boombot's doing any shenanigans. Instead, we see him go for the Giant. I don't know what you value more. I really think you're trying to deny card draw more than you're trying to deny, like, 2 armor or something. And by playing the Giant, it's pretty much guarantees your Drake's gonna live unless he's gonna go double execute. So, yeah, okay, I like that one. Although, you know, Dr. Boom did a similar thing, and... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think this was a play. That's what I'm going to call this. Maybe setting up for Defender Vargas a little bit more. So yeah, no Murmur on's head. No, that shenanigans are gone. We didn't see any Kel'Thuzards. They're actually kind of both sitting pretty. We'll see how it turns out. Looks like Darkhorse. Maybe thinking about Death's Bite. Death's Bite, execute. Oh, Alex Straza here? Yeah, Alex Straza. And then you've got. But if you just leave him at Alex,
he can play a double taunt.
Yeah, that's true.
I can get
and then, you know, we're not gonna. It's not actually affecting you too much because you got Jiraxxus and Healbot. But obviously you're looking at Jiraxxus. After Healbot. It's like a bit of a greedy play. But again, the Warlock doesn't have a super great way to deal with all this.
And even if the Warlock does win this game, he has to face Mage as Darkhorse's next deck, and that's pretty terrible for a Warlock to get matched against a Mage.
That's true. That is true. We do see Sunfury Protector is pretty nice. We could see the double Molten Wall come up, double the 6, but he wouldn't have enough to heal. But he could double Molten and then just like Defender these two things just for a total combined board of 4 giant ass taunts. So there's a case for that. Probably not going to see him. Well, there he could. He could Hellfire. He doesn't have the Mortal Coil anymore. He could like Defender. No, he's not gonna Hellfire. He's not gonna Hellfire without healing.
He can Hellfire and then Defender the Twilight with the Molten. So the Twilight would have 5 attacking and he could kill the Alex Straza that way.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I just don't like the. Oh no, if he. Oh no. I just don't like the play of having like a really weak board. I think you actually want to.
The more I think about it, the more I like Hellfire, double Molten, kill the Alex Straza, and then play 2 taunt, like Defender, 2 taunt.
Yeah, that's true. That might have been the play there. He is choosing Hyper to go with a little bit more safer play, because that way he doesn't blow through both his taunts. Ooh. Is that? Oh no, he doesn't have enough. If he could. Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, if he YOLO brawls and Alex Straza survives, he can equip the Death Bite and win.
Yeah, I think you brawl no matter what. You don't really care about your Alex, and you're just trying to get rid of those taunts. Ooh. The YOLO brawl.
I would still trade the Alex Straza into the Molten. So in case if the Molten does survive, then I can just Cruel Taskmaster it to kill it.
Oh no, I think you're at this stage. You're looking at a shield thing. Oh no, because you got the Death Bite for Grom. Yeah, what am I thinking?
Yeah, you can still armor up and shield slam.
Yeah. So.
Wow, he's been super greedy.
This is pretty. Oh, this is in ways. Oh, he's not gonna do it before. No way he would do it before.
It's the same thing. It doesn't make a difference whether he hits the Molten or hits Alex Straza, because it's the same trade.
Oh, I just thought he was. No, he's out of the matter. I thought he was gonna get back to work and then brawl as like the ultimate like greed play to end all greed plays. I'm gonna see him taunt up here, I'd say. Taunt up and Defender. Although that does kind of leave him out of health, out of taunts rather. And with just Jiraxxus in hand, could see this game end pretty quick. Although in saying that, handlock does have the effect where it's like you're thinking, oh, I'm fine, I'm on 26 health, and then you just don't kill a giant for 2 or 3 turns, and then I'm dead.
If he doesn't taunt here, he loses the game.
Yeah, I'm sure he understands that. Like, just that line of play. Although again, it's the sort of thing that back to works can have the effect where you're just thinking, you know, if he's did that now, then he must have had the Grom. I don't know.
I would have kept the heal bot and life tapped. Because you still have Daraxus as backup.
It's a pity the shield man has got 5 mana, but so he's still there.
Just get it really low and then just
wow.
go Daraxus.
Oh golly. Oh golly gee. That's not going to be lethal super soon for the Warlock, but he does have to be careful about what he's playing.
I would life tap as well.
I think
you just have to stay above 16. Unless... I don't know if you've been counting, but did he already play both Taskmasters?
Yes, yeah, he did. He has.
Okay, yeah.
See, he held the second one for so long.
Yeah. So long as he stays above 14 health, the warrior will never have lethal if he keeps clearing the board.
Oh, Taipan. Here's an interesting note. The Warlock's on 3 cards. That's not good. So the number really in 3 turns is going to be... Yeah, that's why he's not going to life tap anytime soon. I don't think we're going to see him life tap. And if this Shield Maiden... These Boombots need to stealth assassinate this Shield Maiden. Although you could Hellfire.
The way Warlock loses is not life tapping each turn. You have to life tap every turn.
Well, but if he does that, he's just going to draw himself into fatigue, and then I think he needs to help. He needs to attack.
Oh, okay.
He needs to Hellfire here, and then just. Well, he can still Hellfire Dark Bomb. Okay, no Dark
Attack
Bomb's...
with both 1/1s first into the face. No.
Oh dear, dear. Okay, no, this worked. This does a similar thing. I was just hoping that he looked at Hellfire now while he still has the chance. But doing instead a total 5 damage.
He should have kept the heal bot for after he played Daraxus.
Well, no. Jiraxis limits your health to 15, so you can't heal above it.
Yeah, I know, but when he takes base damage, he can still heal himself up to 15. And he could have been playing Infernos every turn.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
Played Jiraxis like 4 turns ago. He would have had. He's still got the taunt, but it's not looking good. I think the Warrior's even though the Warrior has less cards, he's still got the combo. So if he Daraxis here, he loses. He just lost.
Yeah, okay. Well, we know he lost, but he may not know he lost yet.
Well, as the Warlock, you know he has combo because he hasn't attacked with Death Spike.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna see game 4 go to Darkhorse on the Warrior, able to take out a lot of decks with this Warrior. Definitely well played.